Hi there, silly me, I forgot to charge my battery, so this is going to be a one take instruction, lesson, / demonstration. That was a good word. Demonstration, remember that from the 60s, kids? Lots of demonstrations, yes. Because there was a thing going on back in the 60s. I was there. Not at the thing. The thing was called Vietnam. It was an act of attrition on the part of the United States shadow government to get people's attention, to distract people. That's what it was for. And get money from people. And say, it's for a good reason. There's little brown people running around in the jungle in black pajamas, and they must be destroyed. And it was so obviously horrendous that we kids, we teenagers and younger and older, middle-aged folks, little children with their parents, I'm not joking, I'm not making this up, we go out into the streets. The streets. I'm not talking about those neighborhoods that have a cop on every corner, 2 cops on every corner. I'm not talking about those neighborhoods, which, by the way, is where I live, but this is a very unique neighborhood. I live in Hollywood, near the middle of it all, the Chinese theater and all that stuff, for a long, long, long time. So, we got this thing here in Los Angeles that we call music, in the Big Boss Basin. That's what they used to call it on KHJ, KRLA, rock and roll stations back in the 50s and the 60s. KRLA, KHJ, color radio. We got a D flat going here. Let it be obvious. Yeah, I got hit by a skateboarder on my bicycle. I got hit by, not a big black Escalade. No, that was 2012. I got hit by a 19-year-old 6'2" skateboarder with long hair and actually quite a pleasant, visage, face, presentation. He said, "You all right?" And I was like, I was putting all my energy into getting the bicycle out of the middle of Hollywood Boulevard and onto the sidewalk so that I could fix it. And the kid said twice, "Are you all right?" I couldn't say anything. I knew if I opened my mouth, I would just let it fly, so I didn't. And I didn't want cops coming around, people, The kid, he knocked me down. It's, my physical responses are a little slow lately. So he knocks me down. I lay there for a couple of seconds like, just somebody please come along with a big-ass Hummer and squash my head in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard. What a great photo that would make for the evening news. Anyway, just in time for the 11 o'clock news. No, this is actually 10:30 at night, so they wouldn't have made it. I don't know. No, they're not capable of that kind of quick response. The news people out there, you see their vans everywhere, you see their equipment everywhere. They're not the sharpest knives on the block. I'm seeing new spiders and new spider webs right now. I seem a bit distracted because there is, yes, actually a lesson here in the key of D flat. If anybody's interested, yes, this is a music lesson. How to simplify. This is a simplification. Yes, it's a music lesson for people who, shall we say, don't prefer the snobbery that goes along with the categories. I'm a musician. Aren't we all? Yeah, I think so. Pretty much, yeah. Okay. So, that's the big secret. We're all musicians. We all have our own unique style. And I'm not being, sarcastic. Everybody has a unique style of music. I may not like it. I don't like most of people's musical styles. Actually, most we say media's musical styles. Okay, be specific. The media, I don't like their music by and large. There are exceptions. Brian Eno, obvious exception. Beatles, Stones, obvious exceptions. Peter Frampton in the 70s. Oh, whoops. I actually had a strategy here. And if I can just recall that strategy. Over there is a guitar. I'm going to go get it. I'll be right back. We're at 5:30. The battery is at 46%. I know I look hideous. Don't worry about it. I'm designing a mask for truly outdoor performance on the boulevard on the Walk of Fame. Everybody's got a gimmick out there. Everybody. I'm not kidding. Of the so-called performers, okay? The performers are the ones who just have the courage to stand out there and do something over and over and over, you know, in the flow of whatever they are experiencing in their perceptual realm. There's some amazing performances on Hollywood boulevards sometimes. I'm not kidding. A lot of crap, but you know, I mean, okay, not crap. Wrong word. Redefine. Let's be accurate. Not crap. Not of my preference. Woo! Guitar weighs more than I do. No, I'm kidding. Oops. Alright, strap got twisted. You know what I'm talking about. Some of you know, three of you know what I'm talking about. When the strap gets twisted, forget which way to turn it to untwist it. Alright, so I want somebody to invent a strap that doesn't get twisted. Or maybe it's already been invented, but if it isn't, and it probably is, I mean low cost. Okay, I have an internet radio station going here that I forgot about, so we don't want to disrespect anybody, do we? No. Or do we? Nah. Line back up, take that off. You notice the lighting change? That's the reflection of the, what have we got here? We've got an MacBook Pro. Yes, with a little green-eyed camera on board. Oops. My strap is twisted. Hang on. Yeah, so if it looks like I'm starving to death, don't worry, I'm not dead. And I'm actually going to go to Trader Joe's very soon, okay? And get food! Food! Don't take it for granted, people. Huh? Food. Good food. From the earth. Trees. Fruit. Food. Trees give food. Plant tree. Seed. Tree give food. Take food. Eat food. Take seed. Throw it in the ground. Nutrient. Food. Don't take it for granted. It's the best thing about the third dimension. That and music. Without food and music, there is no third dimension. So you're welcome. This guitar. Hey, you so-called non-musicians want to impress a so-called musician, go to them and say, I know a guy who tunes his 12-string guitar entirely in firsts and fifths, in roots and fifths. A first is the same thing as a root, okay? You don't need to know more than that. A root is the same thing as the first when they're talking mathematics of theory, mathematics of harmonic theory, whatever they call it, doesn't really matter. This guitar is tuned so that it can just be banged on anywhere. slide guitarists who prefer to tune a guitar in an open, it's called an open tuning because it's already tuned to a chord. You don't have to make a chord. Isn't that great? I made this tuning up. I'm the first one to use this tuning. It is so obvious. Firsts and fifths. Not major, not minor. Either or both. But not major, not minor. Let it be obvious. Let it be obvious. Now, my good friend Jim, who's just about as tall as a pumpkin, he showed me this little trick somewhere back in the 1970s. Oh, it sounds better that way, doesn't it? Okay. Well, that was an interesting endeavor. It's guitars. And yes, I weigh 106 pounds for you scientists out there, and I ride a bicycle in Los Angeles, and I'm still here. Okay? Training wheels came off in 1958 and have stayed off. Although right now, training wheels are probably not a bad idea. Okay, checking the door. My door is open. Are there any weird shadowy figures in the doorway? Not at the moment. I'm not kidding. I've gone to my door at 3 o'clock in the morning because I heard voices in the hallway. And there's a cop, LAPD, boom, in my face with a gun, a loaded pistol, and he said, "Get the bleep back in there now." Yes, sir. Woo. Fun place, I tell you what. On the other side of Franklin, they don't experience this much. They have to make up their own drama. In this part of Hollywood, the drama will come to you. The comedies, or the dramedies, or the... Not much. We need more romance in Hollywood. Seriously. Seriously. Okay. Got it. I don't like that paint color, so let's move the computer. Let it be obvious. If you see it and nobody else does, say something. Make a song. Let it be obvious. I know I'm not Hollywood pretty. That's okay. Neither is Steven Spielberg. Sorry, I think I'm better looking than Steven Spielberg, okay? He spends more on handkerchiefs than I live on. I'm not kidding. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No comparisons, right? No comparison whatsoever. I'm regenerating, for those of you who are concerned, and the clock is ticking 14:24. So, I'm going to say hasta luego, and much love.